and that things are progressing nicely when it comes to being organized for back to school. All right, so we are there. We are streaming live on Facebook as well as YouTube. And of course, if you want to hit us up, you can message us at message our call us at 457-9997. All right, so Asman, I see you there. Are we streaming okay on the live? We just had a little bit of a challenge there upon signing it. So just let us know if everything is coming through just fine, please. All right, and good morning to you, Dianna.
Good morning, Roleza. Morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. Look at that. August is almost finished. Children, your vacation is almost up and it's back to the green, blue, and yellow walls. Unless you have, well, those are the outside walls. Some of you have colorful classrooms. Whatever color it is, back to that in about 2 weeks. I'm not trying to dampen your mood. I just want you to be reminded of reality.
But some children are actually excited to go back because especially those who might just be single, who live might be the only child, right? Like my little niece was with me last weekend, and I realized for them it's a little different now because they don't have to go like the entire vacation period and miss their friends. She was on a group chat with her school friends, right? And I was like, all right, And Nosy went in. I was like, who are you talking to? And then she tried to hide the camera because she don't want them to see me. I was like, take it off, but it's a little different for them now because, of technology. So it's still good, but I think being together in that physical space it's better for many of them. All right. So Nicole, good morning to you.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Hey, we cooking with gas.
Loud and clear.
Yes, please. All right. How is everything?
All is well, and yes, going back to school now. Oh my gosh. Well, actually, students in Trinidad and Tobago get an extra week. I don't understand why. I don't know why. Some people will, of course, be affected because you would have made plans, you'd have made arrangements already for transportation, blah, blah, blah. So at this point, some are rejoicing, some are still in that place of saying, oh God, what are we going to do for this extra week? But yes, it's back to school. Books are being bought. Uniforms, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, indeed, 9 yards and truth. All right, so let's just get into a few of the trending topics for today. Not sure how many of you were aware, but there was a mini bus that crashed into a business place yesterday. So the first story that I'm reading this from is from St. Vincent Times, where it says omnibus crash leaves multiple people seriously injured. So an omnibus crash at Gibson Corner on Tuesday afternoon left multiple passengers and the driver seriously injured, requiring urgent medical intervention at the main hospital in Kingston. Right, the minivan was traveling from South Leeward community of Camden Park and was involved in a severe collision that prompted emergency responders to use the jaws of life to extract the driver from the severely damaged minivan. All right, so graphic social media footage. Well, we're going to show the social media footage, but I think it's so graphic, so we are going to show that shortly. So if you want to see some of those videos, or we have two in particular, we will show them in a bit. All right, so stay on the live for that. All right. So reveal the extent of the accident's impact with the minivan's front and center sections showing extensive damage. All right, so we are going to show you videos now of the severe damage that occurred yesterday. All right, so okay. All right, so for those of you on the live, you would see that the vehicle was packed up, quote unquote, packed up on the side of that business place that's there. All right, so I'm just going to show it back again quickly. So the owner of the business place, he goes by the name of Barry, and he sells different building supplies as well as gas, etc. So that is what happened.
Show them how to do it, man.
right? So that second video showed the jaws of life being used to help to extract the driver from the vehicle. Now, reading from One News St. Vincent, it said that at least 10 people were injured in that incident, many sustaining broken bones, and further information. But they were taken to the hospital, and further updates will be provided. All right, so we know that many of us might speculate as to what happened, but I suppose we should definitely await information from the police or the relevant authorities with regards to exactly what happened in that situation. All right, and I mean, one of the things I've always said is I wonder how people who have businesses and who have homes that are in corners or below the road, if sometimes their heart is in their hand. Because we know that, because we know how people drive, or an incident or something, the vehicle can malfunction at any point in time, how it is that they generally feel. And this particular business place is directly in the corner, and it's a deep corner. All right. So we'd await information. I don't really want to speculate as to what happened. I mean, we have our usual suspicions, but we would await further information. Although sometimes we don't always get the information, though. So that is the interesting thing there.
That's true. I've always said I don't ever want to live close to the road. I mean, I have a list of places I don't want to live by, and living near the road is one of them, because that right there, that's one of my fears. Realizing before my very eyes, like running it. The great thing about it is that nobody was in the building, nobody who owns the building, and every people that live there, they want there to be hurt, and thank God nobody died in that. Look where that van cock up, as we just say. If that van had gone over, it would have been a different thing this morning, probably. So really grateful that nobody died in that accident. Hopefully the van was insured. I just have some questions, who is going to pay for the repairs of the business, to pay for whatever products were damaged or lost, who's going to pay for the medical bills of the passengers and all of that. But the insurance, when your vehicle is insured and things like that happen, what exactly does insurance cover?
I think it would just be for the vehicle. I think whatever else might have to fall on the owner of the vehicle, or well, maybe the owner of the vehicle or the driver, they might have to come up with funds to help to repair the building. But yeah, I don't think insurance covers.
Sometimes there's a feature called All Risks that covers motor and general insurance. And it all depends on what the owner of the vehicle is prepared to cover inside of that particular policy. So, but it's mandatory. You see, in various types of insurance categories for general insurance, there would be, like clauses and options that you can tick. And then there are those that you must have, particularly for transportation vehicles, and particularly for transportation that's not cargo, but that is a taxi or an official form of transportation for human beings.
Okay,
not private.
Right. But I'd be very honest here. Though I have insurance for the vehicle, ask me what it is it's supposed to be covering, and I can't tell you. Right? I will tell you up front, I don't know. All right, but it's probably sad.
You need to know, because like if your windshield gets broken, and it happens naturally, like from the heat and all of these things, you can claim for that depending if you have the windscreen coverage. So you need to understand when you get that insurance what you're paying for.
Yes, mommy. Yes, mommy. Yes, mommy. All right. I take that. I fully take that. It's just like one of those things, because you have to get it, but you ain't reading the fine print, you ain't reading anything else. But
get flood insurance.
I would do better. I would try to do better.
Somebody else says if it's fully comprehensive insurance, then it would cover everything.
Oh, okay. Even damage to the building, that's the thing. Would they cover damage to the building as well?
No.
But now they're gonna actually have a penalty on their next I don't remember what that is called, but their next insurance, when they renew, it's going to remove all of that particular coverage, what's it called? I can't remember. However, yes.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. So just to quickly head into another story. So Joshua, I see you're calling, but we just want to quickly head into the other story. In case persons are unaware that there is another death here in SVG. A man, and I'm reading this one from One News in Vincent. So a man who was reported unconscious in Lowmans Hill area on the 18th of August has been confirmed dead. All right. The deceased was identified as Albert Warren, a local farmer. According to residents, he was found in some bushes with what appeared to be a head injury. His death has come as a shock to the community. The matter is currently under investigation, and One News St. Vincent stated that they would provide more information as it comes to hand from authoritative sources. All right. So we are seeing yet another, well, it's mysterious death with a head injury. So again, we could only speculate what possibly happened. But again, in this case, we would await information from the authorities. All right.
I was just wondering if it could possibly. I mean, many of us may think he could have been attacked, but I was wondering if it's possible that he could have fell and hit his head.
But I suppose it depends on where, where the injury is. Yeah. All right. So we are just going to. All right. So we recognize that it's very hot recently.
My goodness.
How are you guys managing? How are you guys?
I'm not making it. I am not making it, Roleza. This sun working hard for a promotion.
But it's not even the sun. Look at last night.
Well, the heat from the sun, the leftover heat, gone into the night. I don't know. Listen, if it's not walk or rehearsal, I wouldn't even go outside to get food, Roleza. This heat will make me sit inside and bear my hunger, because when you step into this heat, it's like it's sucking up all of your energy. It's really, really ridiculous. It is draining.
All right.
I don't want to be outside.
All right. So we will touch on this a little bit and when we come back, because, just a reminder to folks in terms of how you can stay in a good spirit, right? Right.
Hydrated and good spirits.
Right. And so somebody on the live is saying that the building should have insurance also. All right. So maybe that could also help in terms of with the repairs. All righty, good folks. So we are going to head on out of this segment and head directly into today's